Spreading all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to episode number 2, year number 2, for the New England Patriots 10-year rebuild challenge. In episode 1, obviously, we went through the entire first year. We got to know the team, got some new pieces in, sent some older pieces away, and I think we built a pretty good foundation for this Patriots team moving forward. Maybe such a good foundation that we're already good enough to make the playoffs in year number 2. It's possible. We did change the offensive playbook in after year number 1. We are now rocking the LA Chargers because I think that Drake May could benefit from a Justin Herbert type of offense. Maybe that'll work. Maybe it won't. We'll have to keep playing around with different playbooks until we find the right one. Obviously, we know Cincinnati's playbook is going to be unbelievable, and we can guarantee like 5,000 yards from Drake May. But let's start off with just a Charger playbook. Maybe doing this, we can find another really, really good playbook. That's possible. So we changed playbooks. I like the team. I also activated all of my little special abilities for Mike Vrabel, so we now have the diamond tier player development for quarterback. So Drake May is going to be getting the maximum amount of percentage boost for his player development. So hopefully that will skyrocket him to top of the league rating wise in terms of quarterbacks. We've got the Scouts Honor ability at silver, so now we have 2 3-star scouts, which hopefully will help us scouting. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. Once we get more staff points throughout this second season, maybe the third season, we'll be able to purchase all of that. So we have 5 tier 3 scouts. But for right now, we just got 2. And I think that with some extra player development from our younger guys that we still have on the team, like Travion Henderson, like Drake May, obviously, the offensive line's still decently young. We've got Keon White, who hopefully will take that next step. Christian Gonzalez is going to continue to be good. Maybe with those core guys, we can actually take the next step and be a competitive playoff team. We'll have to find out. It's year number 2 in this episode. If you're going to enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go see what happens. We pick up right where we left off, week number 1 of the 2026 NFL season. I've loaded in the auto-generated draft class. This is where we left the team after year number 1. After a full season of sim, an off season, a draft, this is where we are headed in year number 2. Will Campbell developing. We have Evan Neal, who hopefully can turn into something. Maybe not. We can always replace him. But I thought it could be fun to have him. We drafted this man right here, the center. Hopefully the center, of the future. Julian Johnson out of LSU, maybe possible teammate of Will Campbell. I don't know. He would have been a couple years behind him. He would have probably been like a freshman or a sophomore when Campbell was graduating, so he could have still been on the team. We've got Onwenu, who we're probably going to have to upgrade at some point, and then we've got Wilson, who was in that same Will Campbell draft class. We're going to need a new tight end. I don't think any of these guys are going to be anything for us. Hunter Henry, obviously, past his prime now. Wide receiver still looks okay. We've got Demario Douglas. We've got Kyle Williams, who's at superstar dev now because he had such a good season in the slot last year. Travion is going to be a beast. Obviously, we got Drake May. And then on defense, we got Bobby Spillane, who went up to superstar dev, which is kind of strange, but he had such a good year. It makes sense. We drafted Almas. We also have Joey Estes, who is a beast. But he's not going to get any playing time right now unless I turn Harold Landry into a will linebacker and he takes the place of Jelani Tavai, and then Estes gets to play. I don't know. There's a couple things we could do. Obviously, we got Gonzo at a 97. We need to work on the safeties. We need to get some more corner depth. We still got a lot of work to do on both offense and defense. But it's only year number 2 of a 10-year rebuild. So we've got plenty of time before we actually need to push for a Super Bowl. So we can make this work. But I am curious, how much overall difference does Landry get if he's changed to a will linebacker? Is he that much worse than Jelani Tavai at will linebacker? Let's find out. He's going to be a will. Will he be better or worse? Let's find out. He is an 80 overall, so he only drops down 1, which means he can still play over Johnny Tavai, who's probably going to be on the way out this season, and that allows for the rookie to get on the edge. So that's huge. I like that a lot. If it would have been a significant drop off, then I probably wouldn't have done it. But this being only a one overall difference is going to allow Landry to play, and it's going to allow the rookie first round pick Estes to play. So I like all that, and I think we don't really need to do anything else. I did tell you that I loaded up my best abilities. We have the QB development activated, which he's getting in QB training XP up to 20%. We also have the tier 3 scouts. We've got all of Mike Vrabel's diamond defensive abilities. We're ready to go. We are ready to go for year number 2. Let's get moving on here. Week number 1 against Buffalo. Is it a win in the Charger playbook? We will find out. It is. Big win early in the season. Although I think we took at least one against Buffalo. I can't remember exactly if we took one against Buffalo last year or not. I think we did. It would make sense that we did. But I can't remember exactly. What about game number 2? Is a loss to Miami. Very strange. A loss to Miami of all teams? Really? Whatever. We also lost to the Jets. Okay, so maybe it was just a 1 week fluke. Maybe we're not as good as I thought we were. We're still getting some decent upgrades, but early season losses are not exactly. Zaven Collins got traded. I just saw that before I simulated. Maybe we're not as good as I hoped we were. We do beat the Raiders. The Raiders. And we head to week 5 against Denver. The Mile High. Well, we're not in Mile High. We're in Foxborough, but still. We lose to Denver. Man, what is going on? We're 2-3. Maybe the Charger playbook isn't the right one for us. Keon White gets an upgrade point. That's kind of huge. I do probably need to buy the defensive line or edge, I guess, development points like I bought for Drake May at quarterback, because that could help Keon White develop into a pretty good player. But we are not having a good year. That Charger playbook might not be that good. Another loss. I mean, that was against an undefeated Packer team, but Drake May gets an upgrade point. Evan Neal got an upgrade point. That's always good. But very interesting. We are at the bottom of the table. One of the worst teams in football. Saints are bad. Texans are also bad. Rams are bad. But we're right there with them. Falcons are one. Okay, so there's a few teams that are bad, but we're definitely one of them. And I don't know why. Maybe the Charger playbook isn't as good as I wanted it to be. We've got edge rusher and defensive tackle as our expert 3-star scout, and it looks like that is the strengths of this draft class. So we are going to scout probably edge, since it encompasses both right edge and left edge. So we'll do that. We'll set that scouting, and maybe we'll be able to draft somebody pretty sick. Who knows? Let's continue to move on. It looks like it's not going to be a playoff team for us this year, which is not bad. We're only near number 2. We still got a lot of room to develop. We got to get Drake May up. We got to get Travion Henderson up. We got to get Will Campbell up. But there's a lot of guys that we're looking to build. So another year missing the playoffs would not be a bad thing as long as we see the development. And there's Kyle Williams. There's Travion Henderson. We're seeing the development. We're seeing it. I didn't check this. I probably should have. Is Kyle Williams in the slot this year? I think I put him there. Okay, he is the slot receiver. Perfect. He should be. That's where he should be. Week 10 against the Jets. What do we got? What do we got? It is a loss. We're 4-6 heading to Minnesota. Can we upset the Vikings? The Vikings. We do win. 5-6. What a weird season so far. Bobby Spillane, Joey Estes gets an upgrade point. That's good. It's beautiful. Week 12, we're headed to the bye against a 7-3 Lions team. Maybe an upset in Detroit? No, it's a loss. But that's okay. 5-7. We don't have a lot of cap room. We got about $9 million. Chris Colvin gets an upgrade point. Big. We head to the bye. We can do some focus scouting. So there's a couple of top 5 players at the edge position. In the top 10, it's almost all edge. So that's good that we picked that as our choice. We should probably focus on a right tackle. So he's going to be one of the guys that we select, because I'd like to know about a right tackle. Juan Belton At wide receiver could be good. And then definitely a tight end. Sebastian Estrada. We're going to need a tight end of the future to replace Hunter Henry. So got to get that. And during the bye, we have 8.6 million and we got to get some guys back. It's not anybody that's like crazy good. Drake May is going to be super expensive when his contract is up. It's not going to be anybody that's like super, super expensive. Like DeMario and Keon White are the two guys that I absolutely want back. And they're not that crazy expensive. Owenyu's asking for way too much money. I might actually trade him right now. I might. He's not good enough to ask for that much money. So if I can get anything for him, that might be the best thing. We can get Matt Milano, but that's not going to do anything for us. Zion McCullum's interesting. Kwity Paye, Dontavian Wicks, Drew Phillips, Tyson Campbell. Tyson Campbell's still only 26. That feels weird. David Collins just got traded. He got traded to Seattle. Christian Watson's in Steeler territory now. If I was going to do any of these trades, I would do the Tyson Campbell trade, get an extra corner in there. We do need an extra corner. We'd also get a couple of 6th-round picks and a 7th-round pick. The cap hit on Tyson Campbell's not bad. How many years does he have on his contract? Is he locked up or is he not? I guess I shouldn't look at this. I should probably look at the other screen. It takes forever to load though, so it's hard to look at it. Tyson Campbell, how many years under contract is he? He's got 3 years left, so he is under team control. I would be willing to do this. This would free up a little bit of money. I'm going to do that trade. We're going to bring in another corner who could end up playing a big role for us. Mapu's here. Hunter Henry, I don't necessarily need, especially if we're going to draft the tight end. I don't think it makes any sense to keep Hunter Henry around. So let's possibly make a move for him. We're probably not going to get anything good, and we can only get Rachaad White, who's in Seattle, and Isaiah Wynn, former New England Patriot. It makes sense that we wouldn't be able to get anybody good for him. He's not that good anymore. But can I toss somebody else in there to maybe sweeten the pot a little bit? Who would I toss to sweeten the pot? I don't know. I mean, we got so much D tackle depth. We've got Joshua Farmer, we got Chris Colvin, Barmore, Williams, and Wilkins. We're probably going to need to trade Christian Wilkins at some point. He's going to get old. I could trade Barmore. I don't really want to trade Barmore, though. If I'm going to trade anybody, I'm trading Milton Williams. But I want to keep Milton around. I like Milton. Anthony Jennings is kind of just a guy. Bobby Spillane's making way too much money. Same thing with Tavai. I might trade Jelani Tavai, at least toss him in there. That can bring us Derek Hall, which is not that bad of a deal. I might do that. Hunter Henry and Jelani Tavai for Derek Hall is not a bad deal at all. Let's do that, absolutely. We have money. Player negotiations. It says we have negative money, but then on the other screen it said we have positive money, so I'm not sure which one to believe. Like this screen, that screen says negative 14. This one says positive 14, so I don't know which one to believe, but I guess we'll just move on to the offseason and see if anything changes or not. But I like the new additions. I should probably go to the adjust lineup screen and get everybody into position so they actually get some development. So let's do that. We've got Robinson starting at guard, which I don't like. Let's have Cole Strange start at guard. That makes a little bit more sense. Roman will now get a chance to start at tight end. Maybe he can make the most of it. Almas has star dev. Estes has star dev. Not surprised. I thought that they would both have star dev. And then we've got Tyson Campbell now in at corner. So we have 4 corners that I like. That's pretty good. 4 corners that I am comfortable with. Can we make those into wins? Those trades maybe turn us into a playoff team, possibly. Probably not. We lost to the Rams. We might just have to pack it up. It might not be our season. Another loss to the Chiefs. We're 5-9. We're not that good this year. Which is a little weird. 3 upgrade points for Almas, though. Jose Almas going crazy. It might not be our year, which is weird. I thought we'd be better than this. Maybe that Charger playbook's not that good. We might have to look for a new playbook in year number 3. But we are just going on a massive losing streak right now. At least this is helping our draft pick get as good as possible. We do beat Buffalo. We out of all the teams that we swept this year, we beat the Bills twice. Drake May's up to an 85, so that it looks like that diamond development with the plus 20% training stuff is actually working for him. So that's always good. And final game of the year against Cincy. We will not make the playoffs, obviously, lose the game. So we go 6-11 in year number 2. I don't remember what we went in year number 1, but 6-11 in year number 2. I don't know if the Charger playbook is the right for us. I don't think it was. Stats for the year though: 3,900 yards, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. We could very easily go to Cincinnati playbook and see these numbers skyrocket by 1,000%. Travion had 775 and 6 touchdowns. He's just not high enough overall to get like crazy usage. Stephon Diggs goes over 1,000. Kyle Williams close with 896. Demario Douglas had a solid year. And then we go to defense, and Jose Almost, the rookie from Wisconsin, 126 tackles. Solid year. Bobby Spillane, why are you going nuclear? 13 tackles for loss for Keon White and 7.5 sacks. That's what I like to see from Keon, baby. That's what I want. Huge. He led the team, or he tied with the lead with Robert Spillane. 7 for Derek Hall. A lot of that came before he got here, but still, good season for him. Estes had 6 as a rookie. Landry had 5. Good numbers from a lot of our guys. And then the interception number, Spillane had 3. Oh my God, Robert Spillane might win defensive player of the year. 111 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 3 picks. That's a crazy year. 3 interceptions for Gonzo, 2 for Davis, 1 for Duggar and Campbell. But we missed out on the playoffs. We miss out on the playoffs. We do get our contract extended, which is good. But a second year, 2 years into the 10-year rebuild, we have seen a little bit of development, but not as much as I would prefer. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. It's a Bronco-Eagles Super Bowl. What the what? Bronco Bo Nix? Is he that guy? It might be. He does beat the Eagles. Oh my God, Bo Nix. Marvin Mims is your Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow wins MVP of the league. We might need to go to Bengal playbook. Rashee Rice is Offensive Player of the Year. TJ Watt's Defensive Player of the Year. Josh Fisher, quarterback for the Rams, wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Colin Sari, Mike linebacker for the Panthers, is the Defensive Rookie of the Year. We could easily go to Bengal playbook and Drake May would take off. Is that what we want to do? Because we know that the Bengal playbook is going to be a freak playbook. Is that what we want to do? Or do we want to try to keep exploring and maybe find another good playbook? Maybe Dallas's playbook is good for us. Although I haven't seen the Cowboys simulate very well at all. Talise Fuaga has been traded, or Fuanga has been traded to the Lions from the Saints. That seems really weird, but it happened. Dev trade upgrades for anybody? No, not on offense. It looks like everybody stays the same. Defensively, I thought maybe Spillane would go up to X Factor with the season he had, but everybody has stayed the same regardless of the season that they had. So no dev trade upgrades, and we've finally reached the negotiation period. We're going to accept Drake May's contract. He's going to be so expensive, but he's our franchise quarterback. We have 16 million, and we need to bring back definitely Demario Douglas and Keon White for sure. Mapu maybe, and Behringer probably not. He's a little too expensive for a punter. But I definitely need Keon White back. Absolutely. 4-year deal. Hopefully he will solidify the edge, and he's coming back. But that doesn't leave us with a lot of money. 3.1 in cap. We're going to have to restructure at least one person's contract, maybe 2, depending on who they are. It's not the right button I wanted to click. Who's going to need to get restructured here? Probably Milton gets restructured. And that might be enough. We'll also restructure Barmore just for the safety. And that should be enough. Restructuring those guys should be enough to bring back everybody that I want to. So that opens up 24 million. We can get DeMario back. We'll offer him 6 million and 6 million. And he's going to come back. That is now remaining 13 million. Mapu is probably the last guy that we want back, right? We can get him back. He's on a friendly contract, friendly enough contract. And he's going to come back. Okay. I don't think I want Jennings back, but I might be able to trade Jennings. He's probably the only one that has value here. Behringer, I guess I can get back on a 7-year deal because he's a punter and he's going to come back. Okay, so we don't have to worry about punter anymore. Can we trade Anthony Jennings for anything? Probably not anything that valuable, but maybe something. Anthony Jennings, Shmuel Mondon Jr. You know what? I'll take it. It's at least something. And we will move to, wait, what was that? Oh, Barmore's got trade offers. Okay. We will move to free agency. We don't have any money to play with in free agency, so it's not like we can go crazy and sign anybody. $4 million. Zay Flowers would be awesome. Rashee Rice just won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and he made it to free agency. That seems a little weird, but it's actually a fairly good free agent class at the top. There's some good players here. But we have no money. Zay Flowers would be really fun to have, but two people are offering him and we don't have the money to go after him. I don't want to waste any other money. So we're going to leave it and go straight to the draft. We're going to go straight to the draft where hopefully we can possibly bring in the future that will help us win a championship in a couple of years. And we can't forget to change the playbooks as well. So here we go. Final workouts before the NFL draft. We know that Von Allen is a top 5 true talent. Interesting. This right tackle's not that good. The wide receiver's fine. And then the tight end's not amazing. Okay, so good information to learn. We don't need a quarterback, obviously. Running back, we're good. Wide receiver, we could definitely use, but I don't think I want to scout any of these guys. I think we're fine for right now on wide receiver. Tight end, I probably do need to scout another tight end or two. This guy looks like an absolute monster. JJ Fairley? Scout you. I need to find out more about you. This guy also, Carlos Alfaro, could also be pretty good. He looks like he's got good skills, but I think Farley might be a little bit better. We could use an extra tackle or offensive lineman. So let's scout Leo Ambrose. And then maybe we scout one of these guards, because we could definitely use a guard. Or another tackle. Unfortunately, the tackle that we scouted was not that good. It probably needs to be another guard or maybe a center that we can move to guard. This guy might not be bad. He's got good pass block. His run block is not that great. This guy looks pretty well-rounded. Khalil Dalton could be something. Let's scout him and see how good he is. Those will be our 3 guys that we scout. Let's get to the draft. Maybe we can make some magic happen. All right, so where are we picking at? Mock draft number 5. We have Von Allen going 3 to the Browns. We pick at number 11. They have us taking a corner, Roman Tuck. Okay. Von Allen is very, very interesting. I kind of want to trade up to get him, but I feel like it'd be too hard, especially since they took away my cheese method of trading up, making it easier to trade. Okay, so JJ Farley, who we did scout as an actual round 1 talent, he looks really good. This could, oh my God, this could be our franchise tight end for the rebuild. He's at 17. Khalil Dalton is a top 5 talent. Hold the books. Go to a stable and hold your horses because Khalil Dalton is a top 5 true talent. Okay, how do we get the tight end and the guard in the same? Drake May wants us to draft a wide receiver. We may draft one, Drake. I'm just not that's not priority number 1. How do we get the tight end and the guard? How do we do that? So our first round pick, nobody else is giving us. Who's this? Oh my God. Gene Skinner is an X Factor. Hold those horses again. Don't leave the stable. Go back and hold those horses. He's playing for the Eagles. Gene Skinner. No trade offers. The only way we could get him is if we trade that first round pick. I can't. I can't trade the first round pick. I'm sorry. We need that to do some other stuff. But I can give you something. What can I give you? I can give you Derek Hall. Or maybe this is where we trade Milton Williams. Ooh. Do we need to trade Milton Williams? We have Barmore, we have Wilkins, we have Farmer and Colvin. Yeah, I could see trading Milton for this X Factor. Wow, okay. They don't like that at all. What about if I give you Harold Landry? They also don't like that at all. Man, I can see why they value him. I mean, he's a good player, obviously. We have a lot of corners that are just taking up space. Carlton Davis makes so much money for not being as good as I wish he was. I could give you Kyle Duggar. You want him? I don't really want him either. It looks like it's probably going to have to be a draft pick. What about a second round pick in 2029? That's close. Whoops, I didn't mean to take Duggar out. Let's put him back in. Kyle Doug. I'm making all these moves to get a right guard who's an X factor. Absolute insanity. And that is accepted. Milton Williams back to Philly with Kyle Duggar, a first round pick in a couple of years and a second round pick next year. Gets us the right guard, which wasn't my plan, but finding him being an X factor at offensive line is crazy. And then if we could pair that with the other guard that's top 5 true talent, we could somehow make this offensive line amazing right away. So I think that's what we need to do. We need to still find a way to get that draft pick, though. Who had it? Who had that draft pick? Because we could stay at 11 and take the tight end Farley. That's not a big deal. But who had the other draft pick that we were looking at? It was the Titans. They have the pick to take the guard. So we need to find a way to get that guard. How do we get it? How do we get that pick? How do we get that pick? Pick number 23. Get offers. A first round pick. A couple of seconds. Okay. I don't really like that. That's a little bit too steep. Too rich for my blood. I would be willing to give you Carlton Davis. He's a little too expensive for me at this moment. I would also be willing to give you Bobby Spillane, even though he's had a crazy couple seasons for us. And then what else can I give you? I mean, I've given up a ton of stuff. We're not going to have any picks in 2029. That's pretty close. I could give you a second, third round pick that I have. And that's going to go through. Carlton Davis, Spillane in a second and a third gets us the pick to be able to grab the guard as long as he's available. If he's not available, I'm going to cry. Here we go. Here we go. First pick is going to be Stephen Bond. Makes sense. I think we just simmed to our pick because Farley wasn't even projected to go until 17. So he's still on the board. Von Allen looks like he's going to be a beast, but we just didn't have the assets to trade up for him. Or maybe we did. I don't know. But we're going to grab ourselves a future franchise tight end in J.J. Farley. Welcome aboard, J.J. He's number 9 in true value. He's got soft hands. It's always good. But he has normal dev. Okay. That's a little bit brutal, but it'll work out. He still looks good. And it looks like the guard is still available. I don't see him taken on the list. So getting that top 5 talent guard, Dalton, is huge. Khalil Dalton, welcome aboard. We will walk away with the number 1 player in the class, Khalil Dalton. Hidden dev, our offensive line is done. We finished it. We have finished the offensive line. Wow. That's huge. We have a couple of guys that are day 3 guys. Nothing too spectacular. Drake May wanted us to draft a wide receiver. Is there anybody left that's any good? There's no elite speed guys, but there is one or a couple elite acceleration guys. Donovan Ridgeway actually is elite speed or elite acceleration and agility. He's a day 3 playmaker. Maybe we can hold off on him a little bit. We don't have to go right now. But that's fairly decent. What was the fastest combine? A 4.29 from Matt Stewart. Where was that guy? Ridgeway ran a 4.36. A 4.29 for Matt Stewart's pretty elite. That's crazy. So we'll probably come away with a receiver. It's likely. We already have our tight end, although Julian Diaz also could be pretty good. We do need to probably grab ourselves some more defensive players. Our offensive line's finished. There's around 3 to 4 couple edge rushers. That could be good. Okay. D tackle. We could just rely on the fact that nose tackles are always pretty good in Madden 26. At least that's what I've seen. But I don't think we take one right away. Maybe we take a Mike linebacker like Carl Eckel. Are you good? Field general. Pretty good athlete. I'm going to take Carl Eckel at Mike linebacker. Maybe he's going to be a beast for us. Number 21 in true value. With hidden dev. 87 speed, 93 excel, 85 agility. Beast. Huge pick in the second round. And now we move to the third round, which we traded away our other third round pick, so this is our only one. And this is probably going to be our final pick that we make. Because I'm probably not going to make another pick. Is there any corners that are decent? What about combine speed? Anybody run crazy fast? A 4.4 for Terrell Mays. All right. We know more about Joey Kelly from Ohio State. Love to see that. He's got a pretty good athlete build, but he's not that great in coverage. He's probably not a round 3 pick, unfortunately. He's probably more of a 5th round pick, which is what we have later on. There could be some good nose tackles down the board. Jason Woods looks like a pretty good athlete. We'll come back for you know what? I probably will draft the rest of this because there's some decent potential at D tackle. So Carl Sharp is an edge rusher that looks like a really good athlete. Round 3 to 4, true talent. Let's grab him in the third, and he is number 81 in true value. He's got hidden dev. We reached on him a little bit, but hidden dev's always good. It's just going to be like star dev, I would assume, but it's always good. We'll go to the 5th round. We'll focus on D tackle and maybe a corner. And maybe a receiver as well. Okay, let's look at D tackle first. So the nose tackles are still on the board that I was looking at. Parker, Vasher. There could be some freaks here at D tackle. What about wide receiver? Are those fast receivers still available? Combine. Okay, so the really fast one got taken. The 4.29 guy. But the 4.3, there's still a 4.3 player here. Matt Stewart, from where'd he go? Kansas State. He's got great speed, elite acceleration. He's really just a run down the field type of guy. But I'm going to grab him. He's number 267, but he has 95 speed, 94 excel. He's just a fast dude. He understands how to create separation at the second level, which is good. But we got Drake May a receiver. He wanted one, we delivered. It might not be a good receiver, but we filled that need. Let's go back to D tackle here. It's probably going to be D tackle and corner, and then that's going to be the rest of our draft. So, are there any D tackles that are still any good? We're looking for nose tackles that are good because those are usually the glitched positions that are always good. And maybe it might be Devon Collins. Devon, get the tables. He looks pretty good. He's the final player on the list, though. This guy down here might not be that bad if I can find him again. Where'd he go? No, that's Collins. Where was the other guy I was looking at that I thought could be pretty decent? Was it this guy? Vondre Elliott? Speed rusher with elite speed? Hello. Let's grab Vondre Elliott. He's number 67 in true value. He's got hidden dev. 85 acceleration for a D tackle is kind of crazy. But he's 6'4", 298. Very thin. Very thin D tackle. More like an Aaron Donald build. Although he's taller than Aaron Donald. And now we go for a corner, and that's probably going to be my draft. Probably going to be my draft. What kind of corners physically are available? There's a couple 4-4 speed corners. This guy's a day 3. We know a lot about him. Joey Kelly. I think I'm going to grab Joey Kelly. He might not be great. He's number 114 in true value. He's faster on tape. 91 speed, 95 excel, 5'10", 204 out of Ohio State. Well, if he's from Ohio State, he's going to be good. And that will be our draft. I mean, we got both of the players I wanted in the first round. We got the tight end. Even though he has normal dev, it's still going to be a good player for us. Jordan Burch got traded. He's still going to end up being a good player for us. He ends up being a 77 overall. 81 for Khalil Dotton, the number 1 player in the class. Carl Eccles, a huge pickup in the second round. He's a 76. Carl Sharp, a little bit of a reach, but he has hidden dev. He's a 70. Matt Stewart's a 65, but he's got 95 speed. We could put him in the slot. He probably goes crazy. Vondre Elliott's a 71. The corner's a 68, but he's also got 91 speed, 95 excel, so he's going to be pretty fast and pretty decent. And then they took a running back named Bacon in the final pick. The rest of the NFL class, though, we had the number 1 player, but he's tied because the fullback in the 3rd round, Danny Martin from Purdue, is also an 81 overall. But this class wasn't that amazing. Only 2 81s, and then it drops to a 79, which Von Allen also looked pretty solid. But we got the best player in the class. I'm okay with that. And we will probably change to Cincy's playbook. I think I've decided. I think I've decided to change the Cincy playbook because I feel like that's going to give us the best chance to become good. So we'll make sure we have the right scheme fit. The defense is a 4-6, and we will find Cincy's playbook, and we'll keep New England defense because Vrabel's a defensive head coach. So we'll switch to Cincy's offense. Drake May should go absolutely nuclear in the Cincy playbook. Absolutely nuclear. But let's get the lineup all adjusted. Make sure everybody's where they need to be. The offensive line's going to look crazy. We've got Dalton and Skinner now. X Factor guard is crazy. Farley will start at tight end over Roman. We've got 2 receivers that are beasts. It looks like Stephon Diggs retired. That's probably why Drake May was asking for a receiver, because Stephon Diggs has called it a career, it looks like. So that's kind of upsetting. I didn't realize that. I probably should have paid more attention. Defensively, ooh, this can't happen. We got to have Eckel be there, that's for sure. So that's going to be there. Defensive line looks good enough. We probably need Colvin or Farmer to step up over Barmore. But this needs a little bit more work. The cornerback room is okay for now. We still need a little bit of work. We're headed into year number 3. Still need a little bit of work. The slot receiver is going to be that fast receiver that we just drafted. I think that makes the most sense. Jalen Polk's cool, but I want to prioritize that speed receiver that we just took. Where's he at? Matt Stewart. Here he is. He's not a high overall, but he's got so much speed that if he has a good season in the slot, he could go absolutely unbelievably good, fast. Like, he could develop crazy fast. But this offensive line looks unbelievable now. We've got so much depth. All these guys are still on their rookie contracts. So we've got so much depth at offense, or so much talent at offensive line. We're looking amazing. We are ready to go for season 3. We've got a new playbook. Drake May is going to go crazy. He's going to have 5,000 yards. This team is ready to go for season 3. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.